Hello guys, I'm Renchi Scott Taylor. I'm a 5th degree black belt in Japanese Jiu-Jitsu. I've been training martial arts for 40 years. We're going to do wrist locks from various positions today. Close guard, mount, side control, back. All right, hope you enjoy. Make your opponent squeal. Hey guys, so we're going to do some wrist locks from guard today. All right, we're going to start with a few of my favorites that I like. One being here, we're going to bend the wrist back this way. I want to get this bend in here and compress, so you take his fingers towards his forearm. All right, so we're going to start from close guard. A few to do from there. This is probably one of my favorite ones. It's one you'll see a lot in competitions. So once again, here, he's grabbing like this. This is kind of what we're going to do from a close guard. All right, so get in the position. Close guard, legs wrapped around, hips up off the floor. All right, so if you're playing around here, I always try to put my hand so if they can trap it. Once they pin it, I'm going to wrap around, grab in here. So I can do this just from here. What I really want to do is pull him forward with my legs. Right? So that way, if he tries to pull his arm back, his elbow's running into my thigh. Right? So I can grab here, bring it back in. If it's not quite working when I pull back this way, I can twist a little bit. Just change the angle and still do the same. I'm doing a little crunch. If that's not working, you can always grab the fingers and you get a reverse gooseneck. Okay, so just grabbing here, wrap around, figure four your arms, pull in with your legs. That way, if he tries to pull his elbow out, he's just running into my thigh. Here. So going back this way, fingers to forearm. If I can't get it here, I can cut this angle, makes it nice and tight, or I can grab fingers and I get this. All right, so once again, I'm in guard. He grabs, pins, I wrap around, here, pull him in, can turn, I can go straight back, fingers. Other side, here, wrap around, pull in, back, twist, fingers. All right, so, you know, if that, even if he does a cross grip, all the same, come here, that, I can bring this leg up to trap, right, keeps it nice and tight, tries to pull his arm out, he's just trapped, so same, here, cut the angle, fingers. Fingers aren't legal in competition, but hey, they work really well. Right, so, you know, maybe we're playing around, maybe here, maybe I start reaching up for like this choke. Yeah, he blocks. Here. Same if it's that arm. Yeah. Here. Or here. So you're just playing off sometimes his defense, or you're just trying to set it up. Yep. Grabs. Here. All right, or if it's cross, same. All right. So just playing around. Reach up. Just go with whatever he gives you. He's gonna push it down. You can grab here. All right. If he grabs, maybe he's being really stiff arm and I can't pull it back, then I can just chop it. All right, so here, maybe he's being stiff arm. He's just not letting me bend that wrist. just chop it. Here. Close guard wrist lock. One of the few many ones that you can do. Right. Just see where their hands are. Yeah, he's pushing on the hip. Can trap his hand. And it's kind of the same wrist lock. I'm here compressing his elbow down. So I'm still getting this bend with the one on the hip. Chin in. Here. Now if he's being stiff arm, maybe I can't reach in. Grab the back of the elbow. You use your body to turn it out. There you go. So, close guard, hips up, play around. He reaches, yep, grab, crank, turn. Right, if the hips are locked, here. Right, you're reaching up, defends. Here. Bring him in. Crunch, that doesn't work. Cut the angle, that doesn't work. Fingers. Alright guys, so other wrist lock is we're going to do what's called Sankyo. So, Sankyo is, I grab the hand here, bring it down, and I turn it up like this. My other hand will grab the meat of the hand here. And then I can switch and grab all the fingers. Alright, so Sankyo is a lift, twist, and turn. See how he rises up? Right, so here, this hand will meet up to the meat of the hand, so I grab around here, grab around the thumb. I don't want to grab inside this thumb because he'll grab my thumb and thumb lock me back. Right, so around the meat of the hand, grab. Your fingers cover his fingers. There, like I said, it's a lift, twist, and turn. I'm trying to make his palm face him. So there, and as you can see, he rises up. All right, so we're going to do this from guard. Close guard. That hips up. All right, so sometimes when you're like going for an arm bar, maybe a trap here, you know, we start moving. Sometimes people turn their palm up to try to pull their hand out. So that's why I keep my leg nice and tight. But as he's doing that, I'm gonna grab his fingers here, bend them towards his forearm. So now it's just gonna be like wringing a towel. Down here, he'll naturally will want to turn. I'm going to come up, wrap around, here, start twisting. So I'm priming the wrist. All right, a little bit of pain already. I can switch my grip, grab the fingers. Now it's a lift and twist. There. All right, so it's again, here, maybe he's going to pull his hand out. I'm going to catch the fingers. Fingers towards his forearm, like you're wringing a towel. Push down, nice and tight. Push down here, so you start this gooseneck bend. As he turns, meat of the hand. Grab the fingers. There, and I'm just going to lift and twist. Right, so close guard, Sankyo. Here, he pulls his hand out. I grab the fingers. Down and around, up. Now, if this is not quite working, here, right, I can twist. Or I can come in and pull his hand back here, and I get this gooseneck. Right? And, you know, it may not be the only way to catch it. Maybe you're just playing around, and I catch his fingers here. Just simply coming in, grab, same. Here, twist. So this can carry into a few other things too. If you're not quite getting this, I can go with this. I can use this to wrap around. All right. Sweet. But my main focus, trap here, fingers around, because I want this Sankyo lock. Meat of the hand, see? Grab the fingers. Lift, twist, and turn. And if you want to be really mean, you take this pinky finger and you stick it behind his other fingers and you lift, twist, and turn. Right? I can keep this trapped to do other stuff like I said. All right? Trap, grab the fingers, down, here. That's how my hand is around. Grab the fingers, lift, twist, and turn. Like I said, I can go into other locks off of this. Alright guys, so next wrist lock, Nikio or center lock, depending where you train. Alright, so I'm gonna grab over his hand here, turn it up, and this is, I'm getting this bend right in here, and squeeze the knuckles together and here. So Nikio or center lock, whatever you like to call it. Once again, you know, if he's just for sake of the video right here, so like I'm reaching over and I'm doing this. All right, that's the lock I'm getting. But we can do this from guard if they stick their hand in your crook of your elbow. All right, probably one of my favorite ones, one of the ones I catch the most. So from closed guard, your hips up. So if I'm here and he pins my hands, yep. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to bring my hand here. So it's locking this in place. All right, I'm going to reach for my far shoulder. Here, you can gable grip your hands, or you can grab your own elbow sleeve. And then all I'm going to do here is a crunch. All right, so they pin, bring it in. So I bring this in. I don't just reach out here. I bring my elbow into my body, so it's harder for him to kind of pull out. All right, and then I'm going to reach for my far shoulder here, so you can gable grip, grab the back of your elbow, like just do a crunch. So I'm getting this bend like this. So it grabs nice and tight. I can crank here a little bit, come up. There's your Nikio lock. So it's the same. It's grabbing, bringing it nice and tight. Reach for your far shoulder. Gable grip your hands. Yeah. You get your Nikio center lock. Like I said, I'm doing this. This is what I'm getting right here. That's where the pain is. So he's trapping my arms. Come in, reach for the far shoulder, grip, here. Like so, even I can come up here, I can start turning, I can set up stuff. Just grabbing, here, so nice and tight. Reach for your far shoulder. If he grabs a little lower, it's not going to work as well. I can't get it, but I can transition into something else. All right, so kind of got to grab the crook of the elbow for this one. If they grab a little higher, I can just reach up a lot higher in here, and I can still get it. So there are ways around depending where they're gripping, but ideally you want it right here. Just grab nice and tight. Right, so I pull the elbow in, reach for your far shoulder, grab, crunch, Nikio lock. I can grab the back of the elbow for some help. I can bend. I can go into something else. If it grabs lower, like I said, not as well, but I can transition into something else. A little higher, I can make it work. Right? Go ahead there. Like I said, it grabs higher. I can pass it up. I can pass it off to this hand. And I can get it. Right? So that's your Nikio from bicep control here. All right, give it a try. Alright guys, so we're going to do another one from close guard. And it's going to be this lock again. We're just going to do it using our lapel. Alright, so it's going to be the same one with this same kind of bend in it. Nikio center lock. Alright, so close guard again. So in here, close guard. If my gi happens to come loose, yeah, and he's got a good grip on it here, I'm going to reach over, grab nice by his wrist, and I'm going to clamp in. Alright, and I'm going to use this lapel on my arm to help turn his wrist. Here it is up, and then I'm just going to bow. Or sit up, do a crunch. Alright, so it's got the grip. Reach over, grab, pull this nice and tight. So I'm going to rotate his wrist already. Here, and do a little crunch. Alright, the other side. So I reach over, grab, pull his wrist up, do a little crunch. I can bend the elbow, get that lock, right? So I can even take my lapel as I reach over, feed it into my hand. Here, and I pull this nice and tight, reach over, do a nice little crunch, gets your Nikio or center lock. Right? Other way we can do this is I can just grab his hand here and pretend like I'm trying to break his grip off. Right? So I'm trying to like pull my lapel out of his grip, but this is actually going to assist. So I'm just like pretending I'm pulling down, trying to break this grip. I'm just going to rip over. And it's the same lock. I'm just using my lapel to help support. Right, so here, grabbing his hand. It's like I'm trying to break his grip off. Can't do it. Take your lapel, pull it over. There. That gets your center lock. Right, so if he's grabbing, reach, or sorry, pull this like I'm trying to break his grip off, trying to rip this hand out here. But I'm going to use my lapel to support this. Over. That gives the lock, Nikio lock. So either with your lapel and help bring it over, or just reach over and grab your lapel, turn and lock, do a nice little crunch, get that lock. That doesn't work, bend, and then you can put the back of his hand on your chest, and you get a nice little gooseneck here. So either like you're trying to rip this off, over, do your crunch, or reach over, grab, come up, here, bend, gooseneck. So you can flow into a couple of different ones off of this. All right, so just close guard, he grabs, reach over, bend, crunch, get your lock, or use this, trying to break the grip, over, and get your lock. All right, guys, so next one is going to be a wrist lock from guard, and we're going to turn it into a sweep 2 using his lapel. So we're going to have a choke, an arm bar, wrist lock, and a sweep, and a wrist lock from on top, and a choke from on top, in combination with the sweep. You're gonna like it. It's a good one. All right, so it's gonna use his lapel to choke. I'm gonna use his arm and my arm bar. I'm gonna wrist lock him, and then I'm gonna use the choke to get the sweep. Have your choke on top with your wrist lock. From close guard. So from close guard, you roll around, lapel usually comes out. So we're gonna say it was already out. So I'm gonna take it, wrap around, push his arm over, pull. Use this to help. Shrimp, reach around, grab the tail end. So now here, I get my choke. I can get my arm bar, wrist lock, sweep. So we're gonna slide back a little bit here. Sweep. So here's my choke. Here's my wrist. Now you can do a double and get a 2-for-1. So, pulling out his lapel, wrap around, grab, push. So I'm using this to help push over. Shrimp, reach up, grab the tail end. So here's my choke. Here's my arm. Wrist. I'm going to reach under, grab, sweep them over. Here, so choke. Here's my wrist. So now you have a 2-for-1. Choke, wrist lock from on top. So once again, pull this out. Wrap around. Use this to help push his arm over. Shrimp. Reach around, grab the tail end so I can get my choke, my arm, your wrist lock, sweep over, choke, wrist lock. You can even arm bar. So here, wrap around, shove, shrimp, grab the tail end, get your choke, arm, wrist lock, grab, sweep, here. So if we just turn a little bit, as I come up, I bring this knee up nice and high, no trap. So here's my choke. Here's my wrist lock. Can reach under here. I can get an arm. Or I can slide back. Here's another wrist lock. So grab the lapel. Pull it out. Wrap around. Push. Shrimp. Grab the tail end. Choke, arm, wrist, sweep, choke on top, wrist, arm, lean back, wrist. There you go. Choke, sweep, arm lock, wrist lock, another wrist lock, all there. Alright guys, so another one from close guard is going to be, if he's got a hold here, I'm going to reach over, bend, I can, nice little bump in here, come up, grab here, this is Kota Kadeki, and I just turn it in. Alright, so I'm turning over, I'm getting this wrist primed, alright, here to get a little bend in his elbow. So I can even come over top and bend this way, or just a little tap in here to make his elbow bend. I'm going to reach over and grab the fingers, and it's going to turn it back in. Alright, so this will be from closed guard. Just showing you from here first. So it's going to reach over here like a Z-lock. Grab fingers, turn. Alright, Kota Gadeki from closed guard. Alright, so from closed guard, right here, he's got a hold of my lapel. So I'm going to reach over. I'm going to shrimp a little bit here first. Alright? And then, so you can do two hands on one. I'm going to rotate back this way. Here. So I can either pull here and come under, grab the fingers, turn in. Or as I come back over and go here, I just tap inside here, grab the fingers, and turn. Alright, so when we're here, and I'm just a slight little shrimp, grab here, and turn. I'm going to pull my elbow down to my ribs, so it gets this turn, here. So whether you go over top, and do this pull, and then come under, and lock, or if you just come in and tap, here, and turn in. Alright, so when I turn in, I'm actually using my chest to turn my body up. So I'm like doing this with my chest and my shoulders. Alright, so shrimp a little bit, grab, over, here, turn. So I'm going to hug this tight to my chest and then just turn up. Alright. So, if he grabs my arm, whatever, I can feed it into this hand now. Here. Same. Grab, turn. So if it's this side, right, reaching over, shrimping a little bit, grabbing. Maybe I use my other hand to help assist. Here. Turn in, pop it off, grab the fingers, here. Right, so it's grabbed, little shrimp, grab the wrist, might have to assist this hand, so whether I come in here and grab it underneath, or I just hit in here and underneath, nice and tight, chest, rotate back up. Alright, so if he grabs, here, come over, feed it into your other hand, pull out, here, under, grab, or this way, hit him and grab. Right? Kota Gadeki. Wrist pulverizer is the English translation. So when I do it, if I do it here, actually everything between his wrist and his elbow, I'm going to tear it to shreds. So he grabs, shrimp out, over, rotate up. Here, grab, or here, grab. All right, Kota Gadeki. All right, guys. So next one we're gonna do is from S mount. It's Kota Gadeki. So Kota Gadeki, known as wrist pulverizer, is I'm gonna get his hand here, twist it this way. All right. Now this is the prime. Here, and this hand's going to reach under, and I'm going to grab the fingers, and I'm going to turn in. All right. Everything from wrist to elbow. If I did it really fast, I would just shred all the tendons. All right. So, kind of, if it's a standing here, I'm going to come underneath here and turn back in. All right, we're going to do this from S mount. So I'm here just in my lower mount. We're going to transition into S mount. His elbows are nice and tight here. So I'm gonna come down. I'm gonna take my arm. I'm gonna come underneath his elbow. And I'm gonna do this spider walk. Nice up. Slide my knee up. Here. And I'm gonna come under his other one. Do the same spider walk. Nice and up. Nice and tight. Bring my leg up. Nice and tight. Now I squeeze my knees together. All right, to pinch his arms. All right, so they're crossed. Here, from here, look, arm bar from here. We're going to talk Kota Gadeki. So, I'm going to reach this hand, grab the meat of the hand, turn it out. This is my prime. It already kind of probably sucks right here. All right, yeah, I can twist and just get a tap from there. This hand, between his forearm and my chest, I'm going to slide it in between, come around, grab the fingers. All right, so now what I'm going to do is here, I'm going to suck everything nice and tight, and then I'm just going to turn my shoulders. All right, so here's your prime. All right, turn it out, grab around the thumb, meat of the hand, my arm, between his forearm and my chest. Shoot down nice and low here. Come up, grab fingers. Pull it in tight. Turn. Alright, so there's the prime. So we switch. We're on this side. Alright, so prime it out. Right? There it is. Come underneath. Grab the fingers. Suck it in all tight. Turn. This one really sucks, guys, and it's painful. Alright? And, yeah, if he's trying to fight his hands, like, I can just grab it. Here. Twist. Reach in. Grab. Turn. Alright? You can always go into other stuff, too. Alright? Or, I can just grab. Here's my arm bar. Alright? But, Kota Gadeki. Wrist pulverizer. Like I said, here, grab. Even if he's got a closed fist, I can still reach up and just grab it on his fingers, and I can still get it. So fingers open, fingers closed, you can still get this one. All right. So if we're back here, well, now, like I said, come underneath his elbow. Here, spider walk. Knee up. Come underneath. Spider walk. There, see? Arms crossed. Bring my other leg up. Pinching nice and tight. Grab. Twist, get the prime. Reach in. Grab the fingers. Turn. Remember, your hand between your chest and his forearm. Grab in. Pull everything tight. Turn. Kota Gadeki. Alright guys, so we're going from S mount again. This time we are going to do Sankyo from S mount. So here, reaching under, grab the meat of the hand, your fingers, right? So that Sankyo is a lift, twist, and turn. You're trying to get his palm to look at his face. Alright, so lift, twist, and turn. You can see there's some pain there because my friend here, Sensei Chris, is rising up. Alright, so here, reach under, grab the meat of the hand, fingers, lift and twist. Alright, it's going to be slightly different because we're working an S mount. Alright, it's still going to be a lift and twist, but he's not going to raise up off his knees like that because we're an S mount. Alright, we'll go ahead and S mount. So once again, if we're in the slow mount, you can come under, do this spider crawl, work up. Come under, do the spider crawl, and work up. Right? You get your S mount. So here, I'm going to come under, grab the meat of the hand, like this, around his thumb. Here, grabbing the meaty part of his hand. This hand on the fingers. So here, I'm going to pull down to my hip, and then lift, twist, and turn. Alright. Meaty part of hand. I know it looks a little like Kodagadeki, but I'm grabbing differently. Right. Meat of the hand, fingers. Pull down to your hip. Here. Then it's a lift twist. And I don't know if you guys can notice this, but I'm not just using my arms to lift and turn it out. I'm actually moving my whole body kind of forward, my hips and everything. Alright, so that's the lift, twist, and turn. Like I said, you want to be really mean, you stick that pinky in behind his fingers. Here, lift, twist, and turn. We switch sides. Right, all the same. And I mean, depends what happens. Maybe you're hand fighting. I can slip underneath. Grab around, right? Grab the fingers. Here. Hold down to the hip. Lift and twist. Here, right? And you can go into other ones. The fingers. I can lift here. I can put this on my chest. I can get a compression this way. Alright? So we're here. Pop under. Grab. You can see how my fingers are. Grab around here. Like I said, put that pinky in behind. Pull down to your hip. Here. Twist. Or I can come into here. Or I can put it on my chest. I can get this compression one. Here. Alright. Sankyo from S-Mount. Here. So when you're here, like grabbing hands is pretty easy because they don't have a lot of defense. Right? Squeezing everything together. The world is kind of yours when you're here. Wrap around. Grab the fingers. Down to the hip. Twist and turn. I can come up. I can come into here. Compression this way. I can put it on my chest. I can compress in this way. Alright. I can put it behind. Here. I can do it from here, this way. You get into a gooseneck. Alright. So Sankyo, S-Mount. Alright guys, so working from S-Mount again, we're going to do gooseneck or kama kabui. Kama like the sickle you'd see in weapons classes. So that's the handle, that would be the blade part. Or if it's a goose head, goose neck, right? Kama kabui. Alright, so we can do this from S-Mount. Here, and I'm just going to compress in. Alright. There's a lot you can do from S-Mount. Once again, underneath their elbow, spider walk. Slide your knee up. Come underneath. Spider walk. Come on up. Pinch your knees together. Alright? Heavy on the chest. Sit on. So here, look, there's his arm right here. I can just grab this wrist right here. There you go. It's my gooseneck, kama kabui. My base is my leg, so he can't pull his arm out. Here, I'm just going to compress in. There's the tap. Alright, so you can compress in the wrist to the elbow. Alright, and your base for his elbow is against your leg, arm. So coming in, here, compress. Alright, now, I come up, let's say he puts his hand flat on my leg. Yep, so this would be a reverse gooseneck. I can just come in here, and I can compress those together. Alright, so just this way, compressing together. Alright, so if it's on your thigh, yeah, I can compress in here. I can get that. I can lift a little bit. I can come up, squeeze. Alright, or you got this hand here, same. His elbow, back of his arm is against my inner thigh. Come here, I can get this gooseneck. Here, or I can lift it up and push straight down. All right, I can turn it out this way. Push straight in. Right, you can grab reverse gooseneck. Here. Really neat. You can finger lock. Which is not illegal in tournaments, but finger locks are fun to play with. All right. So if we switch, so with this one, it doesn't matter what arm's on top, which way I'm sitting. All right, they're all here. That's my base. I can put it against my chest. I can just grab with the back of my hand on his elbow and compress this way. Same with this bottom one. Compress. Or I can turn it out here. Compress. I can come in for my Kimura type grip. You still get your Kamakabui here or here. I can actually reach in the other way and still do the Kimura grip reverse way. Right? I can turn it up this way. Push right in. So you have lots of options when you're in this S mount. Like I said, if he puts his hand against my thigh, maybe he thinks he's protecting. Like I can squeeze in. I can do it from here. I can just come up a little bit. There. Getting that compression. Alright? Or like always, I can arm bar. If I can get this under my armpit, there. That's my wrist lock there. We can cross. Here. Grab, see? Gooseneck. For here, if it's under my armpit, I'm just going to compress down. Alright, so Kamakabui from S mount.